right now.
Good afternoon, I'm Samantha Bryant. Here's a look at stories making news on this Tuesday. More help is on the way for people devastated by Hurricane Dorian in the Bahamas. Our own Roy Ramos flew into the storm-ravaged Marsh Harbor with the private charter company Tropic Ocean Airways. The company has coordinated more than 100 evacuations over the past few days. Those who have made it to Nassau are staying with family or friends, while others have been placed in shelters. A team from the World Central Kitchen is also on the ground, providing hot meals for victims while relief supplies come in. An elderly American woman who survived the storm is now back in South Florida after being evacuated on a medical flight. This is 85-year-old Virginia Mosvold. She arrived on a Trinity Air ambulance in Fort Lauderdale. Now, she spent 2 days trapped in a home in Freeport. Virginia was so dehydrated that paramedics couldn't read her blood pressure. She also is being treated for an infection on her leg. And a student was arrested for bringing a gun to a South Florida high school. It happened at Everglades High School in Miramar. Police say that the gun was not loaded and that the student was removed from campus. The school's principal released a statement saying there were never any threats made to the school.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10.
A victim struck by a train and taken to the hospital earlier today in Northwest Miami-Dade. It happened along Northwest 166th Street and 8th Avenue. Now investigators are trying to figure out what led up to that accident. And as breaking news happens, we have you covered on air and online. Head over to local10.com for more local news coverage and updates.